Well, hello, welcome, and good morning on this very bright, crisp autumnal day. And you can probably tell from my demeanour that at long last we have some good news, and that is that all of the affected episodes are now back up, re edited, and reposted. I ended up having to take 6 episodes down, so that's half of the series, because they all had um, music problems that could have occurred. And what I don't want is this going on any longer than it already has. So I decided to cut my losses, take everything down that was even remotely suspicious, and then reapplied the music from Tank and Scott Buckley. um, I know that it is 100% safe, and that is simply that I have now paid a subscription to Tank as well as Scott Buckley. Now, the Tank subscription was $84 for the year, which at the moment with the exchange rate equates to £65. But that gives me unlimited access to all of their music without any copyright issues. That is an annual subscription, so of course it won't affect any posts that have already been put up there. But obviously going forward, any videos that I now produce in 2025, for example, would need a further subscription. So this just, illustrates the fact that the cost of producing what I do is going up. It's, 20 quid's worth of diesel, 65 quid's worth of subscription fees, etc., etc., etc. It's just mounting up the whole time. So this is why I need to address this issue early next year. A lot of you have been extremely kind. 2 or 3 of you have already contacted me via email and offered to financially support the channel, and I am so grateful for that. As I said, it's overwhelming that people like what I do that much. One lady wrote to me this morning from New York and suggested that I approach Amazon TV, and somebody last week said that I should approach the BBC. And as I said before, I think I'm pretty sure anyway, I haven't contacted them as such, but they would want exclusivity to that series. So that would mean I would have to take it off YouTube. I'm pretty sure of that. They wouldn't pay me when it was up there on YouTube for free. So I think if you're producing stuff exclusively for that channel, then they will look at paying you. But then you're not going to get to see it on YouTube. You would have to pay the subscription fee for Amazon or wherever to be able to see it. So I mean that would be an earner for me, but then you're going to lose out. And I'm producing it for all of you people because, as I said many times, I'm overwhelmed by the amount of support that I've got. I'm just a few subscriptions short of 2,000 subscribers. So I'll be doing another bulletin when that 2,000th subscriber comes in, and we'll have a little celebration on that. And all of your comments of support are just truly amazing. So I don't want to lose that connection. And I know it may sound a little bit over the top, but it feels to me as though all 1,970 subscribers or whatever it is, it's one big family across the world, because we're all sharing the same love of Northumberland or Yorkshire or wherever it is that I've filmed. And that's how it feels to me, that you're just a huge extended family that I have private conversations with. I mean, a lot of you have shared some of your past experiences at a particular location or a particular event, whether that be sad or happy, and that all helps to build this feeling of family. So I certainly will investigate Amazon. I don't think the BBC would be interested. Like I said, they're too big and they like to produce their own stuff. Like I said before, I submitted a 2-3 minute clip to Gardener's World. They were asking for contributions from viewers, and I didn't even get an acknowledgement from them. To me, the BBC are too far up their own backside. But it certainly might be worth contacting the likes of Channel 5 or maybe even Channel 4 and seeing if they would be interested. But like I said, if they're wanting that to be exclusive to them for a fee, then that's not going to negate what I'm doing with all of you. So I don't know, but I'll certainly investigate it and see what's happening. What else to tell you? Well, this is the current state of the channel, and as you can see there from my initial what was it? Cry of disbelief. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes that are back up there. So that's fine. That's all hunky dory. And now I can get back on with where I was before. And what this is the second part of the series, The Tyne to the Tweed. One other thing to just mention, by the way, before I forget, senior moment going on there. It is worth watching these again, not just to support me, but there is additional footage in there, because when I was re-editing, the music I'd put up initially, something that you might not have noticed, but it's something that you need to do as an editor, and that is that you cut the frames, the clips, to the beat of the music. So Matthias Fritzsch's music has a definite drum beat, so that tells you where to cut the clip and start the next one. And the Tune Tank tracks and the Scott Buckley tracks are slightly different, so the cuts don't match the music. So I ended up, I think, 3 of them having to completely re-edit from start to finish. So the historical content is the same, the narrative is the same, but the images overlaying the narrative have changed. So what I'm saying is, you don't need to re-watch these just to get me viewer numbers up as a means of support. There is actually something new to see in there. So over the, as I said, we've got these bright sunny autumnal days for the next 4 or 5 days, at least we have here in the north of England. And then I suspect after that we're going to see winter. So over the long winter months, if you need something to do when the television's boring, you can go back over these, maybe even like some of you watch it from episode 1 right through to the finish, but there is something new in each of those that wasn't there before. Some of them are slightly longer because of that, some are slightly shorter because they've had things taken out. But either way, there's at least 6 of those episodes that were re-edited completely. The first 6 episodes weren't affected because I was using Michael Nick's music, so thankfully they didn't need to be touched. But overall, taking those 6 episodes down, I've lost over 10,000 views. Can you imagine that? The most watched was Bambara, and I think that had 2,000 views when it came down. Holy Island, to my surprise, has only had 600, and yet I thought that would have the most views of anywhere because it's the most, you know, everybody around the world has heard of, you know, Holy Island of Lindisfarne. But, you know, there it goes. Bambara is obviously topping the chart. But each of them had well over 1,500 views apart from Holy Island. So I just added it up very quickly, and taking the 6 episodes down and reposting them lost me well over pardon me, well over 10,000 views. It's heartbreaking, but like I said, I had to do it, and it's been a hard but valuable lesson learned. So enough on that anyway. So as I say, I'm back to the tying to the Tweed tracks. Now, because you've had 6 reposts, part 1 of this will go up probably in 2 weeks' time. So I had intended posting part 1 now, but like I said, you've had 5 posts, and actually YouTube limit the number of posts you can put up in a month unless I was to pay them a subscription. So I think I might have reached my limit actually for this month anyway. Part 1 of this will go up around the 1st of November. I'll then put the second one up 2 weeks later, the third part at the end of November, so there'll be 3 releases, and then the Christmas bonus one just before Christmas. And that will be mega. It will, because I'm on with episode, I should say part 2 of this. And as you can see here, this is Alnmouth, which is about halfway up the part 2 stretch, and I'm already at 39 minutes. And this is very much condensed. It's not as long-winded as the New Coast of Northumberland series. So the drone sequences are a lot shorter and a bit more punchy. But even then, because I've done all this extra footage specifically to add to this, because I didn't want it just to be a repeat of what you'd already seen. And some of these clips are here, I don't know whether you can see on the camera, but some of these clips are no longer than 10 seconds. The whole thing is the short journey from Hawksley to Alnmouth, which is about 2 miles in travel terms, has amassed 39 minutes. So I can't go back and redo it, because in my introduction I'd already announced that it was going to be in 3 parts. I could have quite easily broken it up into 4 parts, But that would mean I have to go right back to the start and do my introduction again and everything else. And as I say, because of this reposting issue, I just don't have time to do that now. So it's just that the parts are going to be quite big, and then the compilation of everything is going to be huge, absolutely huge. But there you go. That's it. So I wanted to share that good news with you all this morning. It is nice to be able to bring you better news. And once again, I thank you all for your messages of support. It's quite touching. And don't worry, as long as I'm able to find the funds to be able to continue, I will continue as long as my health holds out, and as long as you people out there want me to continue. So I'll wish you all a very good morning. As per usual, I wish you all good health, and I will look forward to seeing you again very soon. But goodbye for now.